Global military expenditure reached $1.73 trillion in 2011, representing 2.5% of the world's GDP. My home region of Latin America managed to claim nearly $70 billion of that sum, while remaining one of the most violent and economically unequal regions in the world, with almost 200 million of its inhabitants living in poverty. Of course, these figures are dwarfed by the expenditures of the United States, responsible for nearly half of the world's spending. A comprehensive approach to security cannot postpone attention to the world's neediest people. In this new century, it is not only foolish and immoral, but also impractical to spend on the symptoms but not on the disease, to spend on threats but not on their cause. As a point of reference, please consider the $480 billion that the U.S. Defense Department had anticipated spending for the coming decade. $487 billion represents a sea of weapons and soldiers. But it is important to keep in mind what $480 billion represents for human development as well. Here is just one example. That amount could buy 2.4 billion computers from one laptop per child. That means that every child in the developing world would walk into his classroom tomorrow and find his own laptop waiting for him, with plenty of funding left over for teacher training and connectivity. Though such a large investment in education sounds impossible, let's see what could be done with much smaller amounts. 50 cents on every dollar of the proposed cuts could provide monthly scholarships, like those I instituted in Costa Rica to keep kids in school, to 243 million high-risk young people for an entire year. 1/4 out of every dollar could vaccinate 3 billion people against yellow fever or typhoid. 1 dime of every dollar could build more than 1,000 hospitals or 16,000 schools. 1 penny of every dollar could provide a hot lunch to 6.2 million people for an entire year. With tiny percentages of current world military spending, we could equip all homes with electricity, achieve universal literacy, and eradicate all preventable diseases.